So you want to learn how to outrank your competitors. I'm going to be showing you guys 5 different strategies that you can do on your website. And method number 5 is probably where a lot of people get it wrong. So let's jump into it.
Hi everyone, I'm Kaz Dash, an SEO expert with over a decade of experience in transforming online businesses. I've helped hundreds of companies rank #1 on Google, driving millions in revenue. I've worked with startups and Fortune 500 companies alike, crafting customized strategies that deliver tangible results. Plus, I've shared my insights on stage at various conferences, guiding thousands on the power of SEO. If you're looking to understand the real value of SEO and how it can skyrocket your business, you're in the right place.
If you're looking to grow your organic SEO, make certain to check out the Traffic Accelerator system. The link is in the description. It is completely free. You will get a complete audit for your website, and you can essentially see where you are lacking and where you should be focusing your time and efforts on as well.
Now let's dive in.
So if you guys think that it is a links-based issue, I'm going to show you exactly how you can analyze your link building. So if we were to research or search the keyword, let's say New York carpet cleaning, I feel like that's fairly competitive. By the way, this would also work for like an e-commerce store or even a affiliate website as well. So let's say we are nysteamers.com, right? We're going to use this as our example website. So first of all, what we want to do is paste it into Ahrefs, and we're going to paste in the guys that are ranking #1 and #2 above us. So if we then go to content, if we go over to link intersect, and if we fire in our competitors, so all I'm doing is I'm just pasting in the guys that are positions 1, 2, and 3. And this will give us all the links that our competitors have that we currently don't have. So what you can also do as well is you can look at intersections of 3, which means a link that points through to all 3 of these competitors that we don't have. Now, some of these, they are probably a bit spammy. Like for example, domain info 3. That doesn't even load. So some of them you're going to need to use your common sense and think, well, that link, there's no point acquiring that. Same goes with this link as well. 101 apartment for rent. This does seem like it's a guest posting website. It's talking about apartments. So that could be a potential website that you do some genuine outreach to. And then you also have all of these. So you've got like the New York Magazine, which is like a DR90. This again, you can reach out to these guys and you can get a link placed on it. So very quickly, we just realized that we are lacking a lot of links through to our website. So we've got about 24 referring domains. Now, a commonly asked question I get asked specifically about this strategy is, if my competitors have, let's say, 25 or 24 backlinks or links pointing through to their domains that I don't have, does that mean that I need to get all 25? Probably not, because I'm looking at some of these and they aren't going to be pushing the needle. Like for example, offer coupons. This is just an aggregator website. I wouldn't even go on it. So even though that some of these links do have a high DR, it's not worth getting all of them. Like New York Mag, obviously that's a good one to get. You can outreach to them and you can get your link published very easily on New York Mag. It's something that our team does for clients all the time. So like for example, you can get an article written on how to clean your tech, and this will be linking through to New York Steam cleaning as well. So you've got method #1, which is looking at or analyzing what links your competitors have that you don't have. Now you can also do this for content as well. So this is method #2, and what we're going to do is we're going to run a content gap analysis, again using Ahrefs. And what we can do is just paste in all of our competitors on the content gap section. Now this does the exact same thing for blog articles basically. So for example, we could have an article to do with grout cleaning. One thing I will do is I'll take a look at free intersects first. So rug washing service, we don't actually have a rug washing page on our website, so we could definitely get a rug washing page on our website. So let's take a look here. Rug cleaning as an actual service page. So this is just like basic SEO right now. This is like just list all the services that you actually provide. So if we are a cleaning company if we are a carpet cleaning company in New York, would we clean carpets? Probably, because it's the same machine, it's the same materials. I feel like this applies to a lot of companies as well. It's not just New York steam cleaning. You could apply this exact same strategy to a variety of different websites. Now, method number 3 is probably clustering your contents correctly. Now, one thing is going and doing a content gap and figuring out 50 articles that we actually need to upload for our website, but actually clustering them correctly is super important. Now, what I will actually do is I will take a look at this website here, right? So when I talk about clustering your content, this can fall under various types. So for example, they have one cluster and they have got all of their services underneath that cluster. So if we go to services, now you don't need to necessarily worry about the URL structure. Now these guys have done quite a good job of making it clean. But if we were to take a look at this website in Google, and if we were to just remove rug cleaning, and just look at services, so they have got 49 different services 48 if you don't include the actual services. So they've got 48 different services that they are talking about that they actually offer in New York. So for example, if we were to search curtain cleaning service New NYC, now they might not necessarily rank. Well, actually they do. They're in position 3. Is that the same website? Yes, they are. It's a different page. They actually do have 2 similar style pages. Curtain cleaning service and blinds cleaning, quite similar. So they might not have actually checked the intent, but you get the point. They have got a lot of different services that they actually offer. So for example, mattress steam cleaning in New York. They have got, again, they've got 2 pages. I wouldn't recommend this, but it seems to be working for them. So this is what I was talking about in yesterday's video. For anybody that didn't watch yesterday's video, I said sometimes you just need to take action. Some people just overcomplicate SEO and they think that they need to do everything 100% perfect. This website, by all means, it is not 100% perfect. It ranks very well for New York cleaners or New York carpet cleaners. Where do they rank? They rank position 2 for New York carpet cleaners. Is their website 100% perfect? Definitely not. So this just goes to show you a prime example. If you just do the work, you will end up ranking. And method number 4, this more so applies to Google My Business, and this is actually to do with GMBs. So what I would be looking to do, and this massively applies for a carpet cleaning service, but you can also alter this if you are, for example, a law firm. But getting reviews, not many people get reviews. So if we actually take a look here, they are position number 1, 2, 3, and they only have 21 reviews. Now, obviously, positions 1 and 2, they have got a lot more reviews. And one thing to also bear in mind as well is you should be filling out your services. Now, does not look like any of these guys actually have filled out their services. Let's see if I can find a good example of a GMB that has filled out their GMB correctly. Again, there's not much here. Let's take a look at some UK SERPs. So if we take a look at estate agents in Manchester, the reason why I'm searching this is because I actually have got a client in this industry and they do very well, and I've analysed this SERP before. So as you can see here, you actually have got a services section. Now, what you want to do is fill this out with as many services as you provide, basically. So rug cleaning, carpet cleaning, bed bug removal. You can actually list all of these as individual services. And then obviously you've got the reviews section. One thing you can also do is if you, for example, have vans on the road, or if you actually have people that visit homes, for example, let's say you're an electrician or a plumber, you can actually get like GMB business cards. So whenever somebody actually swipes their phone, they get sent to your Google My Business review page, and they can easily leave a review very, very quickly. So that's another little bit of a tip that you can also do. Adding in photos, so inside of your office, outside of your office, photos of your product or your service. If you can add any of that, obviously if you are, for example, a law firm, you might not be able to add as many photos of your service because it's more so emails that are going back and forth. But let's say you are let's say you fit kitchens, you do kitchen remodeling, you can definitely add photos here, and it's basically a nice way of presenting all of your case studies to people. And then method number 5, this is going to be like a two-folded method because this can be applied to on your website, but also it applies to your Google My Business. Now, the reason why it's so important to fill out all of your Google My Business data is because another thing that Google looks at is CTR and dwell time. So, for example, me, just by spending like the last couple minutes talking about this GMB, this is actually a positive ranking factor when it comes to ranking Google My Business, and it also applies to your website as well. So one thing I actually wanted to show you guys is the heat map of a website. So I've just searched heat map of a website example. You can actually use like some paid tools for this, but you can also listen to the advice that I'm giving you and make these tweaks yourself on your website. But for anybody that doesn't understand what this is or what I'm showing you guys, this kind of looks like a football analysis sometimes. But this is typically what most websites look like. A lot of people, if I actually go onto this image and find it, here it is here, right? Most people actually just look at like maybe the top 25% of your website, and they then make a decision of if they want to inquire with you, or if you're an e-commerce store, make the decision if they want to buy the product from you, right? So this is why in a lot of cases we always say as SEOs, put the most important keywords higher up the page, or if you are doing like CRO fixes to your website, making certain that like you have Trustpilot at the top, reviews at the top, screaming and shouting how good your business is. Now, another thing that you can also do as well, and this is a really important ranking factor, is making certain that your LSIs, when you are writing articles, when you're publishing articles, your LSIs or your secondary keywords are higher up the page, because that is directly a ranking factor. Right, so if you have a really important keyword on the page and it's all the way down at the bottom, Google is not going to see that first time they crawl your website. So just bear that in mind when you are uploading content and when you are crafting content, that you actually do have the most or the more important keywords for that specific page higher up. Now, this is a little bit of an advanced SEO strategy, but there's a lot of people that have spoke about this. This is one thing that we actually have tested with a lot of our client content content that we actually publish to their website. We actually do go back into articles that we published maybe months ago, and we re-optimize them, making certain that the more important keywords or keywords that are getting impressions in Google Search Console, we actually push higher up the page. Because Google then understands that what that page is about, it also starts to rank that page for all of your secondary keywords as well. Now, we also have got some questions. So John has asked, does having a video on your website improve the rankings of a page? Yes, it does. One thing that I am actively trying to push people is to create video content. It doesn't matter if you are a law firm, if you are somebody that's trying to sell SEO services like myself. It is a massive trust factor. Just being able to hop on videos like this for 5 or 10 minutes and explain like how SEO works, or how your law firm works, or how your cleaning company works, it definitely helps. Now, obviously, you can be a little bit more creative. Like, there are companies that I work with that do time-lapse videos. So if they are doing like a kitchen remodeling, they'll set up a camera and they might do like a time lapse over like 2 or 3 days of them fitting the actual kitchen and stuff like that. So there's different strategies for different industries, but yes, video definitely does help bonify your company. We have got Philip, and he has asked about digital PR campaigns. Should I be investing in digital PR? He has asked. Yes, you should be investing in digital PR. Is a little bit more of an expensive route. I believe I want to say that we charge digital PR campaigns for 5 or 6K, but the type of links that you get from that are really good. So like you can get like the Daily Mail, the Sun. These are all like DR 90 plus websites or DR 88 plus websites, and they will pass a lot of trust through to your website. So it is a great way of building trust. If you guys don't have that much money to spend on links, you can go down a more guest posting and niche edits route, and that does work very well, especially in local. We have got John again asking about pillar content and clusters. Should I be focusing on pillar content and cluster in my content? Yes, you should. What I actively advise, and this is one thing that we actually do at the agency, is we actually do a content gap. I want to say probably every other month, if not every month, and we publish as many articles that we can, and we also make certain that we're clustering it, internally linking it to other related subtopics as well. Making certain that you are internally linking to other subjects is super important, mainly because you want to keep people on your website as long as possible. So for example, think of questions that your customer base would ask, and then also think of other questions that they might ask after reading that one first article, and then obviously internally linking them all together. We then have got Stephen asking about schema markup. Should I be doing it? Is it a waste of time? What are your thoughts? So schema markup can be very, very beneficial. I have used schema markup before for my own personal branding and stuff. I have used about page schema markup, so basically linking all of my social media accounts together, so like stuff like my YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and also any websites that are also mentioning my name as well. So that can definitely help. Now, if you have, for example, a local business, you might want to use local business schema markup, because that is super beneficial as well. You can add in certain things like your opening times, your review count, and your address, your telephone number, etc. And again, when you're doing like any form of citation building, as soon as you have the schema markup that aligns with like all of the directories that are mentioning your address, Google's like, it's that cleaning company brand, let's rank them higher. That's essentially how schema markup works. So that's another type of schema markup. And for any of you e-commerce guys that are listening, You can also do product schema markup, and that actually adds in the review stars. Let me see if I can pull it up on a SERP. So if I go back to Google and we can search, let's say Adidas Sambas, I believe that's a type of shoe. And if you look here, that is product schema. And as you can see, it's got 4.7 stars, 12,889 reviews, and also the price. So with the help of Schema, we can actually pull in some added benefits to our products as well. So that's essentially it. And it's just pulling it in automatically on the fly. 12,889 up there. And if we take a look here, you can see 4.7 stars. So I believe a lot of themes on Shopify automatically has this built in, but if you don't, definitely take a look at products schema. So then we have got another question from James. Core Web Vitals. Should I be worried about it? Should I not be worried about it? What are your thoughts? Core Web Vitals. Now, this is a bit of a touchy subject for a lot of people because people have spent a lot of money optimizing their website for speed. Now, my thoughts are this. It's very simple. If you are, let's say, uploading images through to your website and they are huge images, let's say you've picked out, or let's say you've took images on your DSLR or on your iPhone and they are 10 megabytes in size or a couple megabytes in size, you should definitely be looking to optimize those images. You can obviously use tools like this image compressor. You've got like imagecompressor.com, you've got TinyPNG. You also have some WordPress plugins as well. So if we actually search WordPress plugin, image compressor, you can take a look at this article. I'm not associated by these guys at all, but I'm sure they will have some good recommendations. I'm looking for a plugin, Optimal and Imagify. So you can obviously take a look at this and you can install it and it will optimize images on the fly. Same goes with actual Shopify as well. So if you guys are over on Shopify image compressor, compression app. So you've got Tiny SEO, Image Optimize, you've got Crush, Loyalty Harbor, you've got a variety of different things. So that's one thing that I would definitely be focusing on, because recently I have seen a lot of websites that are using huge images. Then the second thing that I would also take a look at is content layout shift. And let me see if I can, what is content layout shift? A layout shift occurs when a visible element on your page changes position or size, affecting the position of content around it. Now, you typically get this with a lot of images. Google actually calls this CLS. And basically, you don't want this at all. Now, some themes, if you're using page builders, you might be experiencing this issue. And basically, to put it in the most easiest way, let me just full screen my image so you can see me better, is when your website is loading, it should be as similar, like the content and stuff, as when it is fully loaded. Now, say for example, if you have an image that is this size and then it gets resized to this size, it can affect your SEO. And I'm hoping I've explained that the easiest way possible, but that's the very dumbed down version of what CLS is. I'm hoping that has answered your question, but as a direct ranking factor, is, for example, changing your website from loading in 1.2 seconds to 1.1 seconds going to shift your website from position 3 to position 1? Absolutely not. The only time you should be worrying about speed is if your website is taking absolutely like minutes to load. So anything above 3 seconds to load, I would be a little bit concerned, but if I'm being honest, a lot of the page builders now, they load pretty quickly. They've started to get on board of actually listening to Google and making their code a lot quicker and stuff. So then we have got a question from Josh. Interactive content. This is actually a good one. Should I be using quizzes? Should I be using calculators? Should I be using surveys to help increase the engagement on my website? This is quite an advanced question. I like this actually. Yes, you should. I have done a video on this quite a while ago actually, where I was able to rank a lot of web pages without even uploading any content, just by creating like a simple script that would basically create quizzes, it would create surveys, etc., and also calculators. But that is it's a very good way of keeping dwell time on your website. Now, what for anybody that is listening that doesn't know what Josh is talking about, if we were to do solar panel calculator, you can see, let's take a look at these guys. Let's click, let's go. So this will be like a type form. Actually, I'm looking for more of a calculator, solar panel calculator. Yeah, so something like this. If you were to upload something like this to your website, and also you can get ChatGPT to create something like this. This is very, very simple to do with ChatGPT. But basically you plug in a couple numbers, and it will essentially tell you how many solar panels you will need on your website. So 12 hours per day. Your electricity consumption is, let's say, I don't know, 2,000. So we're going to need 41 panels to power up this crazy factory that I've just made up. But doing stuff like this, like just think of how long I've just spent basically filling all of this out. Now, I've just quick fired through it, but for example, people might want to do 50% offset, environmental factors, it might be 50%. So as you can see, there is a lot of dwell time on this page here. And one thing as well is if you're a local business, you can then link this back to your contact form. So somebody that is filling this out, they are very interested in purchasing 39 panels, so you know exactly what you can sell them. So think outside the box. That is quite a good question, Josh. So that has been all of the questions. If you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to leave a like down below. And as always, if you guys do want a free 50-minute growth strategy call for your website, make sure to check out kazradash.com. The link is in the description. Thanks.